Shira7. So, I have a new website and I just want to tell y'all about that first. It's on my Facebook page at Shira7. So check it out. I will also post the link to my new website below. It is basically my website for my readings. And you are able to purchase the readings there as well. So it's easier now. And I used, I think it's called Wix to make my website. It was free. So if y'all are trying to find a cool, free place to do a website, go to Wix. It's Wix. And you can do PayPal buttons on there, slideshows, music, pictures. So it's pretty cool. Okay. I guess I just want to talk today about people who are have been hurt in relationships, and it's kind of a question that I get a lot. I got a question yesterday. Actually, I get lots of questions, but the common question that I get is, if someone hurts you or breaks your heart or cheats on you and you're still in love with them, what do you do? And I got this question, I'm not going to say any names, but you know who you are. I got this question from two different women. One is older, not old, but just older than the first one. And the other one is very young. She's like 18. Okay. We have these two women. One is 18 and one is, an adult female. And the 18-year-old, I guess this is her first heartbreak. She was hurt by her longtime boyfriend for over a year. They went to high school together, they were each other's first, and then all of a sudden, things took a turn for the worst, and, he cheated on her, and then they broke up, and then he got with another girl, and she still wants him back because that's her first love, that's all she knows. And he, as an 18-year-old male, all he wants to do basically is just run around and be with as many girls as he can, because that's what 18-year-olds do. And she's, so heartbroken, and she's like, I don't think I'll ever love again, da 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 da. And this happens to most women, and I'm just going to tell you, this happens to most women. They get lied to, they get promised things, they get played, and, once the person is done with them and they want to move on to someone new, then they break up with them. And, of course they'll come back and sleep with you because all they're thinking about is sex at that age, but they're not going to want to be tied down into a relationship when they're free. They're 18 years old, they have the world at their fingertips, and they want to go out and explore. So ladies, if you're young, if you're 18, if you're in high school and you think you're going to marry this person, I don't think it's very likely unless, you give each other some space and some freedom and then come back together later. But right now, people just want to explore the world. So you can't hold someone down and think that you're going to get married because this is your, first time with this person and that y'all loved each other. That's called puppy love. That's called first love. That's called teenage love. And it's probably the worst heartache, but you'll get over it. Believe me, you'll get over it, and you'll find someone new, and y'all will have fun in your 20s. And then in your 20s, after you, hit your mid-20s, then you're going to probably start thinking about a relationship and then settling down. And before you're 30, you're probably going to start thinking about marriage if you haven't already. So there's going to be lots of heartaches. There's going to be lots of breakups. But all those breakups and heartaches are to teach you what you don't want in a man. They're to teach you what not to go for in a man the next time. And then once you finally find the person that you think is the one that you're going to marry after you have been through your 20s or are in your 20s, then you can make a better decision. You can't make a good decision like at 18 years old about who you're going to marry, because they don't know life yet. They don't have a career yet. They don't have a plan yet. So you can't really make that decision. So just hang in there. As I tell most women, don't try not to become too bitter, because a lot of times women become bitter after just a few heartaches and they never trust men again. and they turn against men, or they do the same thing to men, you know, they play them, or they just totally take love out of the picture and just go straight for the material. Because a lot of men have hurt them so much, they don't want to invest their emotions anymore. So, and plus they don't want to enter a relationship where they don't leave with anything, because they know it's going to end eventually. So they want to have something to show for it. So guys, remember this. Don't hurt young women because they become older women. And then for the other lady who is in, I would say, the same type of predicament, except they're not broken up, but she thinks that he did cheat on her. But she wants to, you know, be in this relationship. She wants to get married to this guy. And, you know, she doesn't know what to do. And he's already gotten an engagement ring. And he's, you know, he's ready. But she thinks he cheated. And she has some pretty good, I wouldn't call it solid proof, but I would call it enough evidence to really believe that he cheated. So, you know, being an older lady, she understands the game. She knows that men cheat. She knows that women cheat. She knows that's not a deal breaker. She knows what she wants in life. And she knows that, you know, if he did cheat, it's because they don't live together. You know, they're not living together. It's because they don't live close to each other, and that things would change if the relationship went to the next level, such as engagement. So she's giving him the benefit of the doubt right there. She didn't go straight to, you know, she's not, you know, distraught. She's putting her ducks in a row. She's figuring out her plan. And this is what older women do versus girls. You know, they put their plan in motion. That's not a deal breaker for older women. And if it is, it's because, you know, they haven't gone through enough already, and they're still searching for, you know, the perfect man, which there is no perfect man. So, and a lot of women, you know, they will go into a relationship in denial and say, oh, my man would never do that. My man would never do that. And they would still go into the relationship. And then they'll find out later that the man will do that and has been doing that. So it's best, before you get into a relationship, to understand how men think. And to know, I won't say all men cheat, but a majority, they say 70% of married men cheat. Okay, that's a big number. And I know y'all gonna say, well, women cheat too. Yes, we cheat, whatever. But as far as men, you're gonna have to get used to it, ladies, because they do cheat. And I know you're gonna say, oh, not my man, not my man. Well, not your man then. Everybody else's man is cheating, okay? But except for yours. And if he doesn't cheat, you know, that's great. You know, there is that 30% out there that's not going to cheat, okay? So if you're lucky enough to get one of those, good for you. So for the other 70%, you know, these are the guys that all women want, okay? These are the guys that can cheat, the ones that can have their cake and eat it too, okay? So if you want one of these kind of guys, for obvious reasons, then you're going to have to put it in your mind that this is what you're going to have to deal with or accept before you even marry this person. Okay, you got to go into it with strong mind. If you're not going to marry this type of person, or if you don't want to marry this type of person, then by all means leave them alone, because you're not going to be able to handle it emotionally if you can't handle it in your mind before y'all even get married, that he would cheat on you. Okay. And I know y'all are saying, well, what kind of marriage is that? You'd be surprised how different types of marriages there are in the world. You know, there are open marriages. There are marriages where don't ask, don't tell applies. There are marriages where nobody talks. There are marriages where people are in love forever and the rest of their lives, and it's just, you know, beautiful. And there's arranged marriages. You know, there's marriages with gay men and gay women who just marry for political reasons. There's so many types of marriages. So you have to decide what type of marriage you want to be in, what you can put up with, okay? And for those young girls who aren't even thinking about marriage yet, you have to realize that young guys want to explore. You cannot tie one down. I'm sorry. You could try, but it's not going to be long-lived, and you're just going to get your feelings hurt. So I suggest that, you know, and then if you try to trap them with a baby, you know, it's even worse. So live your life. Have fun in your 20s. Go out, go party. Don't worry about, a relationship with a man. Have a friend. Get a best friend. If you can get a boyfriend, don't take it too seriously unless, y'all are making future plans together to get married. But don't cry over your high school boyfriend, because you'll have plenty more. Don't worry about it, okay? I don't even know what I'm going to title this video because it's all over the place. But I really didn't have a topic today, so I kind of just used what I had and what was coming to me and the questions that I was getting. So I hope this helps somebody. And sometimes it's really good. Let me tell y'all. If you have a boyfriend and they treat you really bad, it's really good to write down what he did. Write it down. And when you start to feel like you want him back, or he starts calling again, go back and read exactly what he did to you. Go back and read it, so you know what you're dealing with. Because sometimes love is blind. It'll help you forget and get back into the same exact situation that you didn't want to be in. So write down even if you forgive the person, write it down, because then you can go back and look and see how the person have grown, if they are telling the same lies, if they're doing the same pattern, if they're, you can kind of go back and see their patterns and see what type of lies they tell. You could see how many times you forgave them and how many times they've done the same thing to you over and over and over again, if you haven't, learned by then. So by doing that, you're going to start seeing yourself in a whole different light. You're going to say, you know what? I'm so stupid. I can't believe I fell for that again. Do I love myself? I must hate myself. Oh my God, I need to start loving myself more and stop worrying about these stupid guys. Oh my God, you're gonna start to see yourself in a new perspective. So try that if you're having problems with always taking back your exes and they're not good for you. Try writing down what they do and go back and read it before you invite this person over, okay? You can keep it in a journal, you can write it online, I don't know, but you can record it on video and then go back and watch yourself, It's just important to do so that you don't keep making the same mistakes over. And it's always good, you can give someone another chance, but after so many chances, if they keep repeating the same thing over and over again, you have to ask yourself, are you insane? Okay? Okay, well that's my video for today. I hope that this helps somebody. Alright, peace.